Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended on the center that just released. Now, other than being one of my favorite maps inside of Ark Survival Evolved, the Ark dev team did a fantastic job with releasing this map. It is, for the most part, there are a few errors and we know they're all fixing them this week, but this is a fantastic map. The only negative thing about it is it's very difficult to play vanilla on this map because it is absolutely gigantic. The map itself is not only multiple layers vertically, but across, it's probably one of the bigger maps in the entire game. Just to fly in GCM mode with nothing, where you're moving at like Mach 10, it takes like 60 seconds to 120 seconds just to cross the map, which is crazy considering that this is you can't go any faster than this. And yeah, that's just what it is. So it helps an absolute ridiculous amount to have a bunch of really good mods. And in this video, I am going to show you my favorite 11 mods that I use on this map specifically. Now, it is a really easy to do thing to get mods that are too powerful, so I've carefully balanced all 11 of these mods. I'm going to walk you through each one of them and why I use them, and we're going to go ahead and get started with that right now. I'm going to go ahead and exit out to the main menu so you can see specifically what I have on my game. So you'll see create, right, story. I'm going to go into my mods. Here's my active mods that I have right now, and I'll walk through these in just a second in the store. Paleori's cryo storage, fantastic for that. TG's stacking mod, awesome spyglass. Their dino finder, awesome teleporters. Upgrade station, I want to remove this one actually. Let's go ahead and get rid of a couple of these. Upgrade station, QOL plus, death recovery mod, shiny dinos ascended, advanced fishing bait, and there's one more, I guess a couple more I want to add. Solo farm mod, one of my favorite mods in all of Ark. In all honesty, you should definitely have that one. And yeah, that's going to be a big one. Now, if you really want to add a few other ones, you can add something like Imbue and Upgrade Station, which adds a lot of fun. And that's kind of where I would keep it at the base. Now, let's go ahead and show you what those mods are. Now, I can go to my installed mods and let's go ahead and show you these. Now, I'm not going to use this one, but Paleori's is probably one of the best individual cryopod mods in the entire game because it kind of removes some of the shenanigans when it comes to the cryopods. It gives you a cryo gun. It gives you a special cryopod that you can throw out anywhere. And it returns kind of like that old Ark Survival Evolved feeling back into Ark. So I would definitely highly encourage you to play Paleori's cryo storage. It's a fantastic mod. Now, the next one that I love and I use pretty much every time will be TG's stacking mod. Now, TG's stacking mod, I use the 10,000 by 90. That just means that you can actually stack 10,000 times and there's a 90% weight reduction on it. Probably one of my favorite mods that has ever been made. It's such an, it's a quality of life thing. Pretty much all 10 of these are quality of life things. None of them are like, oh my goodness, you just broken the whole game. So it is amazing just to have it increase stack size because it's like, I've never understood why it's so impossible to carry things. It's just a pain in the butt. It makes sense in PvP, but in like PvE, when you're playing solo player on official servers, I think it's just a waste of space, personal opinion, but that's that. Now, next up on my list was the Awesome Spyglass. Now, Awesome Spyglass is one of the mods that gets ported over from Ark Survival Evolved. It's amazing. It gives you a bunch of different options that you can hold R on PC. And you can actually use the admin console to change like whether things highlight, how far they highlight, all kinds of things. It gives you some customization options that makes it a whole bunch of fun. Yeah, the Awesome Spyglass is definitely my favorite Spyglass mod, and I would honestly really encourage just about anybody to use it. Now, the next one that a lot of people don't even know about is the Dare Dino Finder. I use this all of the time. It's probably one of my favorite mods as well. And it's simply due to the fact that you can open up your map and then click any dino that is on the actual map and click search. Now that dino will be searched and then it'll ping the nearest location and the creature, which gives you the ability to go find it. Now this is obviously more of for like a solo player, maybe like an RP server, but I wouldn't necessarily do this like an unofficial or any form of PvP because people are just going to search for specific dinos, get what they need, and it kind of ruins the end game. But if you're playing single player or more of playing for the actual, just the fun of the game, it's a fantastic thing to actually be able to use this in order to actually make some of the things that would take normal months quite a bit quicker, because a lot of people don't have a ton of time to sink into this game anymore, because a lot of our fans that have played it since day one have gotten older. families, work, that kind of stuff. And that's just what it is. So their Dino Finder is fantastic for those reasons. Now, next up on my list, I'm sure it's in it. Yeah, I was like, it's got to be on my first page, Upgrade Station. This is one of the first mods that I will always download. The reason I always download this is because, especially for single player, it's super nice because it's so hard to find good blueprints or good items. And that's like one of the nicest things to have in the entire world. You basically put in any of your armor or weapons into the upgrade station itself, which is right here. And it'll give you the opportunity to not only make a blueprint out of it, but actually upgrade the item by giving resources and get a good certain rolls. And it does a good job. Now, it's definitely keyed more towards a single player or RP and not really gamed towards a PvP server, but you could technically use it on something like that. Now, the next thing is, this is where people might agree or disagree. I don't like using the Dino Plus mod as much. I much prefer using the QOL Plus mod. Now, the QOL Plus mod, in my opinion, is better because it gives you a bunch of additional things like the multi-tool and omni-tool. Plus, it gives you a bunch of the basic structures. And for those people that like some automation on things, it gives you a lot of nice things like the farmer, gardener, nanny, propagator, mutator. These things are super cool. Plus, the item pulling makes that alone is almost worth installing the mod for. But it is a fantastic mod, the QOL Plus mod. It's kind of like Structures Plus, but modified just a little bit. So QOL is probably one of my favorite mods when it comes to just structures. And again, this can be used on anything, whether it's PvE, PvP, solo, single player, whatever you want. QOL Plus is a great mod that you can use. Now, another one of my favorite mods, and I always install this whether I'm playing solo player on a server, PvP, PvE, is Shiny Dinos Ascended. Now, it used to just be called Shiny Dinos over on Ark Survival Evolved, but on Ascended, this is probably one of my favorite mods because it gives you the opportunity to tame special creatures that have a give or take 20% level bonus over other creatures and special abilities, but it's not so broken because in PvP, they're actually highly usable. They're slight bonuses, but because it's not passed down in generations when breeding, it makes him very, like, it feels good to have a special dino again. I don't know if you remember when Ark first came out and you had special dinos that you liked, you couldn't breed it into anything. It was just your creature. That's kind of what it gives the feel back again. And because they're literally only 1 or 2 spawned on a map at a time, it'll give you an approximate location and then you have to go track it down, which is a lot of fun, especially if you're playing on a server with people, and it creates a little bit of competition to try and get a hold of these shiny dinos. Again, a lot of fun, fantastic mod, runs incredibly smoothly, and is just an amazing dino mod to have. Now, next on my list is one that I actually didn't ever really play until I got over to the Ark Survival Ascended, and that is the Solo Farm mod. Now, Solo Farm, I'm looking for it right now, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, maybe I'm blind. There it is. Solo Farm is an amazing mod. It basically gives you the opportunity to play this game single player or not have to have a buddy to go out and grind with. You can quite literally tell your dinos what you want them to harvest, pick them up, and they will automatically pick the things up that you want, drop the things that you don't want, and you can just carry them, and you can see it just opens up a really nice menu, and probably it's one of the simplest mods because it just does what it's supposed to do. It means that you don't have to go into your game's inventory by hitting F and then look in your own inventory by hitting I and then change, then flip, and then do this and that. It just takes a lot of that shenanigans out of the way, making the game a little bit more fun, and the center just amazing. It's a perfect mod for the center. Now, this is the thing I was talking about earlier when I said the map is absolutely gargantuan. It is important to have some sort of ability to move mod. I love the usage of awesome teleporters. Awesome Teleporters is a mod that is liked by almost 1 million people, I think, right now have it downloaded, or I guess 400,000, but whatever. You get the point. It's an amazing mod just because it allows you to have points that you have to travel to. You have to travel to that point, and then you can put a teleporter down that gets you back to that point. I like that concept where you can get somewhere based upon, hey, you know, I can get there after I've made it already. I have to earn that. And then, like, it's a pain in the butt to have to travel back and forth to a specific location. It's just a waste of time, especially for people playing single player. Awesome Teleporters is an amazing mod that you should definitely check out. Now, Last on my list is one that people don't really play very often, but it's a winner. All right, fishing is one of my favorite things in the entire game. Advanced fishing bait might be one of my favorite mods because you can quite literally toss down some really nice things that prevent you from having to play the minigame and give you an increased guaranteed chance at catching the fish. Because my least favorite thing is when I press the wrong key, or I get a little bit of lag, or I get input issues or something along those lines, and it prevents me from actually catching the creature that I want to catch. It quite literally gives me this opportunity to get all of those, and it's so nice. I love fishing in Ark. I just wish it was a little bit more entertaining or fun. Plus, it gives you blueprints and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. But advanced fishing bait is not something you should sleep on. It's a very small mod that gives you a huge bonus. It literally just gives you the ability to reduce the amount of time you have to wait and reduce the mini game, which is amazing in my opinion. It makes fishing so much fun, and I just like go to a pond for like an hour or two and just fish up a crap ton of stuff. So it's one of my favorite things to do. Now, those are my top 10 mods that you can get right now inside of the game. There are a bunch of other mods that I kind of recommend for it. It's up to you if you want to download them. I don't like to play these as much because the actual maps and things like that, they can be fun. They really can be, but I just avoid them for the time being. Now, other things that are fun on the actual map itself: Automated Ark, great mod. Discovery World doesn't blend super well and causes some lag issues, but it could be fun for single players. Utilities Plus is always great. What else is fun on this one? Imbue and Upgrade Station is a fantastic mod because it gives you the ability to have custom armor, which I'm a big fan of. Definitely take advantage of that for sure. What else is fun? I won't recommend that for the center, nor will I recommend that for the center. You can see this one's pretty cool. ATJ Creature Editions, always a big fan of that, just different kind of stuff. And yeah, so those are the big ones that I would recommend for the center. And you can see that I have all of them downloaded onto my active mods. I'm going to remove this one just because I feel like it. But you see, that's what I like to run. So I will do those, play that single player, and definitely enjoy that game. So anyways, hopefully this video helps you out. If you have some other mods that you want to see, definitely put them in the comments below and I'll try and get back to you. But if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel and check out some other Ark content. But anyways, hopefully this video helps you out a ton. And other than that, teach.